be wagering. Now, David, I remember a film back in the 80s made by somebody who was certainly a baby boomer, Terry Gilliam, called The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And I remember I loved the film, although it was one that divided people. Some people hated it, some people loved it. But what a character he was.
Well, using a word from last night, Richard, Baron Karl von Munchausen was a preposterous character. Now, this was a gentleman who actually existed, which many people don't know.
I didn't realise that in watching the film.
No, well, in the 1700s, he was a soldier and a traveller of the world, but he was also a teller of very tall tales, exaggerated tales. For example, he claimed to have travelled to the moon, or have swum to an island made of cheese in a sea of milk. He shot a stag using a cherry stone. So these were preposterous tales. And it was Harper's Magazine in 1823 who picked up on this and described a political story as being a Munchausen tale. And Munchausen then became associated with anything that was distorted or ludicrous. And it's also why we have Munchausen syndrome. And that is a version of hypochondria where you claim to have these elaborate symptoms so that you can get a lot of fuss and treatment.
So it really is a bit like a hypochondriac going, oh, please, I need a bit more attention.
That's right. It is a sort of magnified version of hypochondria. Munchausen syndrome was first quoted in 1951 in The Lancet, which was a British science and medical journal. But hypochondria, which is about feigning injury or illness, I should say, is a Greek word in origin, and it comes from hypo, which means below, and chondria is the cartilage, with the idea being that the sort of pit of sadness was deemed as the stomach. So often hypochondria was a manifestation of something a little bit more kind of grievous or depressed.
Often a bit more in the brain than necessarily in the body.
Very true.
And certainly some great tales from the Munchausen brain. Thank you, David. Let's have a look at our scores. Lewis is on 6, Sam is on 15. We'll head for some more letters from you, Lewis, please.
May I please have a consonant?
You may, thank you. F.
Another consonant, please.
T.
Vowel, thank you.
A.
Another vowel, please.
I.
Consonant, please.
N.
Consonant, please.
M.
Another vowel, please.
E.
I'll go another vowel.
O.
And I'll finish off with a consonant, thank you.
And last letter, P.
Here's the clock. How many, Lewis?
4.
4 for you, Sam.
6.
Let's go with the 4.
Name?
And Sam?
Foment.
Foment.
Could you just spell that, please, Sam?
F-O-M-E-N-T.
Lovely word. A good 6. Foment usually means to stir up trouble or to instigate insurrection. A good 6. I was hoping that last consonant was going to be an S to create manifesto. But in the end, I used those other 8 letters to create a poison, and that's ptomaine, with a silent P, P-T-O-M-A-I-N-E.
Oh, lovely word, David. But well done to Sam. 6 points. Well, after foment there, can you stir up a few more letters, Sam?
Yes, Lily, could I please have a consonant?
Thank you. N.
And another one, please.
S.
And a vowel.
U.
And could I please have another vowel?
A.
And could I please have a consonant?
B.
And could I please have another consonant?
R.
And could I please have another consonant?
F.
And could I please have a vowel?
I.
And how about another vowel, please?
And last letter, A.
I'll start the clock. score, Sam? How did you go?
6.
6 for you. Lewis?
5.
5. Let's begin with your 5.
Ruins.
Thank you. And Sam?
Brains.
Brains. Well, I think there's evidence of those in action.
Brains wins out, Richard. In this case, a good 6. Now, sun is there, S-U-N obviously, and if you spend too much time in the sun, you may become saurian, S-A-U-R-I-A-N, which means lizard-like.
It certainly does. Scaly skin.
Yeah.
Well found, David. 6 points to Sam. More numbers now, and Lewis, you need to bear in mind, of course, if you do go for a heavyweight, we have to release the ducks on you. But actually, you're a stilt walker, so you could probably be well above the ducks, even if they were released.
That's true.
How tall are you when you're on stilts?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe.
But they're not like little short
No,
stilts,
they're quite
really big, long
yeah.
ones.
They're quite large, yeah.
Okay. We will ask you to pick some numbers.
Sure. Might we have 4 small and 2 large?
You may indeed. Thank you, Lewis. 2 large, 4 small. And starting with the smalls, 7, 6, another 6, 1, and the 2 large, 125. The target to reach is 156.
Let's head there. Well, Lewis, how did you go?
At 142.
142.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a little out of the scoring range. Sam?
156.
156, spot on. Good work. Tell us what you did, please.
Lily, 25 plus 1 is 26.
25 plus 1 is 26.
Multiply that by 6 and you get 156.
156, well done.
That is a superbly correct route. Very nice, Sam. Right on target. That looks like your kind of handiwork too, Lily.
Look, there was a couple of other ways, but in my opinion, Sam used the most elegant, so that was good.
That's a beauty. Great solution. Well done, Sam. 10 points. So Lewis on 6, Sam on 37 as we head for our next break. Another word mix for you, of course. It's cued neon. The clue this time, Dennis is rejected for being a lightweight. Back in a while.